Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today I will be doing a tutorial in Photoshop showing you how easy it is to design this cute unicorn themed Capri Sun juice pouch. If you want to follow along, don't forget down below in the description is a link to our templates. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey everyone, and welcome back. Alright, so today what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a unicorn themed Capri Sunlight pouch. So if you're not in my Facebook group, you definitely want to look down below in the description and check out the link to the group, because this week we're doing a challenge, and the challenge is going to be a unicorn theme. So that's what I figured I would do, is I'll go ahead and make a video to show you how easy it is to design a simple design. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is, let me go back. I already have everything already up that I need, just to make this video a little bit shorter, because my last video was super long and I didn't want to keep doing that. So I already have all the clip art and digital paper that I need for this. And everything will be linked down below in the description, of course. So I have my template open, and again, the template is down below, and you can download it from our website. What I'm going to go ahead and do once I open it in Photoshop is that the background is going to be white for this design. So the straw hole is right there, however you can't see it because it's white. So the first thing I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to change the color of that. So I'm just going to click on it, and I'm going to choose the color I want, which is going to be like a gold color. So it automatically changed it, and then I'm going to lock it so it doesn't go anywhere. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to work on is I'm going to put my glitter where I want it, which is going to be at the top and at the bottom. So I'm going to go here, and this is the glitter that I'm going to be using. I'm going to bring it over here just by holding down the mouse and bringing it into my Photoshop screen. Alright, so once it comes in, it's way too big, but there's no need for us to change that. So I double click to get it to set. You can also press enter. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring it up a little bit more. See, I just want it like around here. Okay, so now that's there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a duplicate of this paper so I can put it down here. So I'm just going to do Control and J, or you can do Control and J for Windows or Command and J for Mac. So since this paper is like the same no matter which way you turn it, well, no, it's not. Okay, let me go ahead and flip it. So let's make sure that that's clicked. Then I'm going to press Command for Mac and Control for Windows. Then some Command and T, so it gives it that free transform box around it, as you can see. You can also see up here. And then we're going to flip it. So I right clicked, go down here, and we're going to flip it vertical. Alright, so now it's exactly the same as it was at the top. And I'm just going to bring it just a little bit. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to check mark that, let it set, and then I'm going to lock those two layers because I don't need them anymore. Let me move the straw hole a little bit above the paper, so I unlocked it. There we go. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to go back here. This is just the one we did before. Well, I did before, so I'm just making sure I want to do it as close as possible to it. So let's go ahead and put the flowers here. And as you can see right here, there's still a little bit of the background there. So we're going to want to move that. So let me go ahead and unlock it. And I'm just going to use my arrow keys to nudge it a little bit. Alright, so let's do the flowers. So these are the flowers that I want to use. I'm going to go ahead and bring these in here. Okay, and then I'm just going to, while they're all coming in, I'm just going to press enter to set them all. And then I'm going to click and drag to get them all selected. And then I'm going to go Command T again, or Command or Control T, depending on the type of computer you have. And then I'm just going to drag this up. Just want to make it smaller, and I wanted to make them smaller all at the same time. Alright, right, so click that. You can press enter. Then I'm going to just bring them up here. It doesn't have to be in any type of order. Nope, don't do that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is, instead of doing one by one and going all the way across, I'm going to merge these 3 flowers so I can do it all at once. So I'm going to press Command or Control, and I'm going to click on the layers that I want, and then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to use Merge Layers. Okay. All right, so once these are merged, you cannot unmerge them, so make sure you are merging the one that you do want. If it does not, make sure that you do the ones that you want. But if you do make a mistake, like you merge accidentally like the logo or something, you can of course just go over here to your history panel. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna duplicate these, and I'm gonna put them here, and I'm also gonna put them down at the bottom. So while I do that, I just wanted to talk to you guys also about, if with my tutorials here on YouTube, the tutorials are mostly going to be, designing tutorials, just to get you guys comfortable with designing. You're more than welcome to ask me any questions down below. Definitely subscribe if you're not already. And with these tutorials, it is good to have some form of knowledge of Photoshop, because I'm not going to go completely into that. But it just gives you an idea of how to design, which is pretty easy, as you can tell. Alright, so now that I got those up there, now what I want to do is I duplicated all of those that I put up here and brought them down here. And I need to flip this because it's not flipped the right way. So now that all those layers are selected, I'm going to go Control T or Command T, and then I'm going to flip vertical. Same thing that what we did with the paper. Okay. Alright, so now what I'm going to do, I guess I should have kept that. I'm going to go ahead and lock all of these layers. You can merge those if you choose. I'm not going to do it today. And let's bring the straw hole. As you can see, it's hidden behind the flowers, so I went ahead and moved that up over here. Alright, so now that part is done. So then let's bring in our unicorn and the background parts. Okay, so we're going to do the rainbow first. I think that's perfect. Okay, and then we're going to go in and we're going to bring our unicorn. All of my clip art comes from all kinds of places around the internet, but most of these came from Creative Fabrica. If you're not familiar with it, definitely check it out. Link is located down below. Okay, I'm kind of forgetting how I'm designing this. Okay, so this is going to be pretty small because it's going to be in between her name. So leave that like that. And then let's go over here, and then we're going to get our stars, and then like our background, like cute fuzzies. All right, so for the stars, what I want to do, I don't want them this bold and bright. First, I want them to be behind the logo. So I went ahead and moved that down. What I'm going to do while I select is I'm going to go over here to the opacity, and I'm going to bring that down so that they are not so dark. See, as you can see, they got lighter. So I think that's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and lock them because I don't plan on messing with them again. All right, so now let's go ahead. So I guess we'll get some more stars then. All right, so I did double. I duplicated it twice, so we'll get more. And I'm just taking it and moving it around. So, okay, so let's go with that. Let's go ahead and lock those layers so we don't accidentally move them around. And then we're going to take this part, which is the best way to describe this is like some flurries, basically. Let me see. It needs to go in front of everything so you can really see it. So you see how it was. Hold on. Let me like this, and like that. So as you can see, the little flurries, it just brings it a cute little touch. That's it. And we may move that in just a few moments. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to put in the words. And that's it. That was pretty easy, right? All right, so I'm going to use my type tool, and I'm just going to click anywhere on the screen. And the name that we used before, we'll use again. It's Mia's. No, that's not what I meant to do. All right. It's already into another font that I guess I've used before, so no biggie. Let's find the font that we're going to use. I'm going to probably go with my favorite font, which is, I use so much, is Farmhouse. We're going to put that right there. Let's go ahead and unlock that. Let's bring that down. See, what color are we using? I'm going to do a pink. Okay, so as you can see with this font, the letters are spaced out, and this is a cursive font, so it shouldn't be like this. If you run across a font that does that, sometimes it does it because it was on that setting when you used it before. I think it was for me. So you're going to go over here to your characters panel. And you see this VA here, and underneath it has these two arrows. That's the one that you're going to want to use when you want to change the space between the letters. So right now it's at 100. It should be at 0. So we're going to put it at 0, and you see it went back to like pretty normal. So we'll leave it with that. Let's choose a pink for her name, which we're going to go with this. Let me see, what else did we use? Okay, we used a border. I like that one's kind of cuter, but it's okay. We'll play around with it. Alright, we're going to double click this to give it a stroke, which is the same thing as a border. And I'm going to use the bevel and emboss feature to make it pop out a little bit. Alright, so let's see. And then below we put 8th birthday. So I'm going to change that. We're going to put 8th and then birthday. Alright, so we don't need that. And we're going to bring it down like right there. We might have to change this. And our unicorn, we're going to bring up a little bit. We're going to probably have to make him a little bit smaller. Right now we're going to finish out the words. Alright, so let's go ahead and change the color of that to the gold. And let's see what else changes I made. I didn't put we did the bevel and the emboss for sure. So, okay, so there's that. Alright, so let's see. Let's see what difference is with this one. Okay, so the rainbow was most definitely bigger. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright. So I don't know how, if I want it, let's go ahead and pull it up behind her name. What happened? Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and lock that. And so then let's, not that guy, there we go. We're going to duplicate the little frosty looking things. We're going to go ahead and duplicate that. Put it more on the rainbow. So what I'm going to do with this one, because it's kind of like, straight across, but I want it to kind of be slanted. I'm going to Command T or Control T, and I'm just going to rotate it. And you do, if you want to rotate it, this is going to the side where you get that rotate looking thing where the mouse goes, and you can just go up or down. So I'm just going to go like that. I think that's cute. Alright, so let's see some other things that are a little bit different. So let's make the unicorn a little bit smaller. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to center the unicorn and her name and the age. So I'm going to go over here to my layers panel, and I'm going to shift 8th birthday, that is the unicorn and Mia's. And I'm going to go here at the top, since it has already recognized that it is words or compound or elements, it automatically comes up asking me how do you want to align it. So we're going to do align horizontal centers. Alright, so that did pretty well. Alright, so let's get another star. Maybe that'll give it the look that I'm looking for. We're just gonna take one and do it. Alright, let's pull it over. What did I do with the duplicated one? Oh, there it is. Okay. What? Okay, there we go. I'm sorry, you guys. My computer acts so crazy sometimes. I don't know. I don't be knowing what is going on with it sometimes. So I apologize if my computer is lagging a little bit. Okay, so I want to put this down here. Let me see. I'm gonna press Control and T just to get a little the transform box around it. See where I want these stars at. Okay, so for some of the stars, I'm going to go on here. So first I'm going to lock everything else. Her name, her age, all of that stuff. So that we don't accidentally move it because I'm going to get rid of some of these stars. All right, so now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna unlock all the stars because I can get rid of some of them. For instance, like this one, since it's right behind one of the words, it can make it harder for your customers to see the wording. So I'm gonna go over here to my eraser, and then I'm going to click on the layer. This is basically telling me I can't make any changes after I do this, which is fine. All right, and I made my circle a little bit smaller by using the bracket, the open bracket key. I'm gonna also do it for this one, which that one seems to be another layer of stars because remember we did do a few of them. So I clicked on it over here on my layers panel, and now I'm gonna go back here. It's gonna ask me to rasterize. That's fine, and then I'm gonna delete that one. All right, excuse me. So I definitely want to get rid of this one. I was gonna try and keep it, but no, that didn't work. And let's see, so we're gonna go up here. Let me click on this one because we haven't rasterized that one yet. Okay, so delete that. Let's see, delete this one. Okay, it doesn't matter because it's not rasterized. It's on the same layer. All right. So right now I'm just doing the same thing. There's nothing new what I'm doing. Same thing that I was just doing a second ago. Just deleting the ones that don't match, don't fit. So let's do another layer of the stars. But we're gonna do, hold on, place it a little bit better. For instance, like here. And for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that star too. Okay. So I think that works. We'll go, trying to see whether or not I like it like this or not. All right, and that is it. I think that looks fine. I think it looks super cute, and we'll just keep it this way. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you guys how to use the mock-up that comes with our template. So therefore you'll be able to show your customers without the feeling of, of not professional photos basically. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to open it up and my thing, go to my right here, and we're going to use mock-up for the loose pouches. Just go wherever you are on your computer to find your mock-up wherever you saved it at. And so you open it, it looks like this. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna go over here to your layers panel and you're gonna double click where it says add your design here. You're gonna double click on that thumbnail. Once you double click on it, it'll come out looking like this. All right, so what you're gonna do now is we're gonna go over to the next tab. What I want to do is I want to get rid of, just for the mock-up, the straw. It just doesn't go there. It won't look right for your mock-up, but of course bring it back. But I'm just gonna hide it for right now. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge this entire, all of my layers that are shown on my canvas, so then that way it moves as one over there to my design for the mock-up. So to do that, what you'll do is you go up here to layer, you're going to go to merge visible. Once it's merged, you can actually just click on it and move it over here to the design one, which is what we already clicked on for the mock-up, and then you're going to release it. Alright, so usually what ends up happening is the design is larger than the actual portion to put your design in. Don't worry so much about this. It's not a big deal. That's how it was designed, and you can just manipulate it to how you want it. So what we're first going to do is we're going to go over to our layers panel, and we're going to do a clipping mask into the designing area. So you're going to right click on that layer, create clipping mask, and as you can see, it went in. Sometimes you may get lucky and it fits automatically. Most of the times I never have that where it fit perfectly, so we're going to do some manipulating. So what you're going to do is make sure that your design is highlighted in your layers panel. Go to Command and T or Control and T depending on what type of computer you have. I'm going to bring my thing out a little bit by Control and the minus sign so I can see better. And then I'm going to click where the box is and press Command or Control. And I'm just going to bring it in. Not too much, but just enough to where my customers can see what it says. Okay. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So I think that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and set it. Now I'm going to go up here to File and Save. Not Save As, just Save. Go to my mockup. And there you go. There's your design. Now you can do this any other types of ways that you want. You didn't have to do the clipping mask like I did, but that's what you can do. And then you can put this on any type of background that you choose to display it for your customers on your website or social media. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Just wanted to show you guys that. And of course, make sure that you do not save this when you go to exit it out of your computer, because if you do, it will stay like this. You don't want that as a hassle. So don't save after you have used that part. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how that these print out, how you would get it prepared to print out, okay? Because this is not going to fit on a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet like our chip bags do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my history over here. I'm going to go up one so that is now everything is not merged. I'm going to bring back my straw hole. Don't forget this. I've done that a few times. And I'm going to show you the way to do it without the placement sheet that comes with the templates. So what I went ahead and did is I'm going to go up here to File, and then I'm going to Note to New. Then you'll get this to come up. So I'm just going to use just regular one that I've always used, so it's always coming up as one of my recent items. It's 8.5 by 11 sheet, which is what you print on. So once that's there, then I'm going to go back over here to my merged image with make sure the straw hole is there, and then I'm just going to move it over here, and it's going to fit 4 of these to one page. So I'm going to go ahead and duplicate it 3 times, and then I'm going to move it over. You can do it as much space as you want. I don't like space in between my labels. Just makes it easier for cutting. You can cut once versus cutting like 4 times. All right, so leave it like that. Now I'm going to go ahead and line everything up just because I like to cut 2 at a time. And doing this, I'm just selecting it all, dragging, select them all, and then using the above. So then I used all of them and I just pulled it up. And then that's literally it. From here, you can print directly from Photoshop, or you can do like I do. And what I do from here is I save this file as a JPEG, and it goes into my customer's file so that it's already ready to be printed once they approve their design. And that's it, you guys. I hope that this video was helpful. If you have any questions, don't forget to send me a message, or you can also comment down below. Don't forget also to subscribe. And I am so grateful for each and every one of you, and you all have a very blessed day.